you. Are there any homosexuals here tonight?
Woo!
Oh, hell yeah, one. One person is gonna love this set.
Yeah!
Oh my gosh, you know what? I think I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna make it slow.
Yes!
My pronouns are she, her. Thank you. And I know what you're thinking. That is the theyest them to ever there. And you might be right. But I recently learned that I'm hot.
Yeah!
Thanks, Beth. And I can't comprehend two things at once. It's like too much. I can either be non-binary or hot, you know? And I'm choosing hot first. I want to identify as hot first. Thank you. And also just like harder to conceptualize, right? Me? Hot? You guys ever been like, oh my god, the whole time? The whole time? This is my journey of self-love. But it's interesting. I do get they them'd a lot. And I'm like, are they trying to tell me something I don't know? There are 3 times that I've been mistaken for a man that I think are worth noting. Quite funny. The first one was, I was walking down the street in New York City. And when you walk down a street in New York City and a stranger tries to talk to you, you do not make eye contact. You do not acknowledge. So I'm walking down the street, and this man goes, ma'am, don't look, ma'am, don't look, ma'am. We get to the street corner. He looks at me, and he says this out loud. Wait a second. Sir? You know, and I almost went, wow, what an open-minded individual. But I knew better. I knew that watch was fake. The second time I was in a parking lot, I had a hat on and mask on, and I was walking to my car, and this cheery older gentleman's, approaching me, and he goes, hello, James. And I was like, excuse me? Like, are you talking to me? And this thing happens when people will think I'm a man and then I speak. And they're like, oh, that's a woman. Like, I am a lyric soprano, thank you very much. And he goes, I go, excuse me? And he goes, a case of mistaken identity. So all the straight people here tonight, if you ever misgender anyone, all you have to do is say, a case of mistaken identity. It's the healing thing to do. The final thing I've got going on is I was serving tables and I gave this guy a beer. He was sitting with a group of people. He looks at me and he genuinely says, thank you, sir. And the whole table, everyone gasped. They're like, oh, that's not a sir. And I said, shh, shh, shh. I have never been spoken to so respectfully by a man in my life. For a moment, I was a cis straight white man. And I felt the power. I was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to tell every human being with a uterus what they can and cannot do with their body. Woo!
Cameron Sullivan, everybody! Over here. All right, on deck we have Ben Berkman. So you're going to have your hands together for Jackson Price.
Good evening, everyone. Okay, so last time, so I'll repeat myself. For everybody that's new in here, I see a couple. I am 7 feet tall, so I'm going to tell you about my life a little bit. People love to talk to me and ask me questions. One thing I've learned is humans are dickheads. Because they will ask me the most random questions. Sometimes I just don't know how to answer. So, for instance, people will ask me my pant size, because I guess they really care on how long my pants are. I get a lot of, how tall were you at 5 years old? How tall were you at 10? I don't fucking remember how tall I was at 10. Because they want to compare me to their kids. Everybody in the world knows somebody that's 7 feet tall or taller. And in the world of however many billion people we have, there's like 20,000 of us. But here in Spokane, every single one of you has probably said you know somebody 7 feet or taller, and I'm calling bullshit on that right now. Because you don't. You probably know somebody who's 6'4", and you think they're tall, but they're not. That's one thing I tell people, because when they say, oh, you're 7 feet tall. Oh, my husband's 6'4". I go, oh, well, he's short, so you can tell him I said that. And they give me a look. Why would you say that? Because he is. I don't consider you tall until you're about 6'7", and then I'll actually think about it. But then they get people that say, I think they're rude things, but I'm not sure. So this one happens quite a bit. It's definitely an older generation. They'll survey me up and down. Man, I'm glad I didn't have to feed you. Okay, well, I guess I'm glad too, because it sounds like I was starved. So, hopefully your children are alive. One lady, this was in, over in Idaho, go figure, came up to me, looked at me, did the, put a brick on that guy's head. What the hell does that even mean? Put a brick on my head? Are you trying to assault me? She just gave me this look. And I said, excuse me, ma'am, but I don't understand what you're trying to say right now. She said, oh, you know, it's just a saying. I've never once in my life heard put a brick on his head. I don't understand. So she gave me a look, walked away. I actually followed her. Not in a stalky way. I mean, you can see me, so, you know, it's not exciting. So I followed her, and she asked me, why you follow me? And I said, because I don't understand how somebody with no teeth can eat all this crunchy food that you have. She gave me this look like, that is the rudest thing anybody's ever said. And I said, well, you know, you said to talk to me, so I don't know why I can't talk to you. It seems to be an unwritten rule in society that if you're tall, it's okay to approach that person and talk to them, because everybody does it. And I'm used to it. It's something I've been dealing with my whole life. I tell my friends that, like, hey guys, people are going to talk to me, so you need to get used to it. But the one time I call somebody fat, I'm an asshole. So I can't play the obvious game with people, because they love to do that. Oh, you're so tall. Oh, thank you. It's daytime. What the fuck? Get away. So this happens so often in my life that I like to pretend I can't hear people. And then when they keep talking, I say, I'm tall, I'm not deaf. So it's, yeah, that's funny. All right, I'm having fun. Thank you guys.
Jackson Price, everybody. Let him hear it. All right, on deck, we have Ryan McComb. Please put your hands together for Ben Burke.